All right, ladies and gentlemen, how are you? Are you asleep? Are you bored? Right, that's the market right now. It's a boring market environment, but I can assure you that during this period of boringness, there's actually a lot going on behind the scenes. Okay, there's a lot going on in the charts that a lot of people are not seeing, and I'm going to be recapping what's going on today because that's the only thing we have left to do. Recapping what's going on, giving you the breakout date when we will be breaking out by, giving you the reasons why Bitcoin is on the edge of a cliff, quite literally touching the edge of a cliff. Like, we cannot go further down. It's simply put, on the weekly candle close, we cannot go further down. This is the maximum low we can reach. And then we're going to be looking into the calendar, right? When are events happening? When will this market get spiced up? Not only from a price chart perspective, but also from a perspective of fundamental, from information releases, right? Looking into S&P 500 and things like that. So just a broad recap video, giving you an analysis of the situation right now and bringing you up to speed of where we are. That's all I can really do right now. There's not much new information coming in. The old information is still relevant, right? Something doesn't lose relevance just because we've discussed it before. I need to show you what's going on here so that you're aware, so that when this breakout occurs, which by the way, will be happening within 2 weeks, right? Within 2 weeks, most likely within a week. Most likely, again, emphasizing that word, within a week, right? Within 7 days. So it's big stuff here. Let's get into it. One thing before we start, the Bitunix and Bingx exchanges are available for your sign up. If you use my link down below in the description or the pinned comment, you will get a 15% trading fee discount for life on either of those exchanges. They are both global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world. They've never been hacked before, and they're both very low in trading fees to begin with. So go ahead and use my links down below, get that 15% trading fee discount. Take your pick, Bitunix or Bingx, both great exchanges. Go ahead and do that. Let's get into the content. Right, start out with the absolutely fundamental chart you need to understand. It is the weekly chart RSI, but we're going to start with the pattern itself, right, which we can see best on the weekly chart as well. It is a descending channel formation that kind of, I guess, best defines the price action of the last 5 months. This is the macro structure, this descending channel formation. Now, descending channel formations are bullish structures. They generally break to the upside. And so we cannot be macro bearish here. We have to be macro bullish because the structure we are in is a macro bullish structure. So I am macro bullish until this structure breaks. If this structure does break, then I will flip to being macro bearish. It's really as simple as that. Now, the bottom of this structure is not going to be easy to break because it is supported by 2 very important yellow lines. Let's go to the daily chart so we can best view these lines. One of the lines is stemming backwards all the way, if this chart loads, all the way back from 2018. We can zoom in and see this price action from 2018. I could draw it more perfect if you wanted me to. Touches the candle close right here, touches the wick right here. Again, I could draw it perfect if you wanted me to. Going through, touching multiple bottoms throughout the bull market of 2020 and 2021, including rejection right here, and touching many more times on the way upwards, including a resistance test right here of the ETF and a support test right here after the ETF, which led to all-time highs, a support test right here, and a daily candle close right there. So very important line stemming from 2018. On top of that, another important line stemming from November last year. Okay, you can see those retests right there, marking the bottom on the wick instead of the daily candle close as well. So the bottom of the channel is not going to be easy to break, right? So not only is it a bullish structure, but it's also a structure with a very strong foundation of support. Now, what that means, again, it means 2 things. 1, it's not going to be easy to break, but 2, if it does break, that break is extraordinarily major due to the difficulty of it breaking, right? The selling pressure that would be required to break the bottom of that channel would be significant. Therefore, if it was to break down, that would be a very significant breakdown and be very telling about where Bitcoin would go next. Overall, we cannot be sure about Bitcoin's macro direction until we either break the channel to the upside or the downside. So the channel really is the defining thing, but we can get a little bit of a more concise look from the RSI as well. Now, the weekly chart RSI is probably one of the most insightful things you will look at on Bitcoin ever, right? Just simply put. Look at these lines in the past, right? We have go ahead and draw it in here, descending resistance line right here. When it broke to the upside, it led to the end of the COVID drop and the start of a bull market to the upside. When this one right here, stemming from 2021, broke to the upside, it led to, again, I could draw it more perfect. It led to, I probably should, there it is, led to the bottom of the bear market and the start of the upward cycle in 2023. Another line right here broke to the upside, led to the end of that 7-month consolidation and the all-time high breakout and ETF decision. We now have another descending resistance line forming on the RSI, right on top of a ascending support line on the RSI, which has led to major bottoms in the past, okay? And what this forms, it comes together and it forms a massive triangle formation. Guys, there's a reason why I said both the charts on the screen, the price chart and the weekly chart RSI, the most important charts to watch right now. There's the reason why I said that. I said it because it's true, okay? The triangle formation comes to an apex point, comes to a point of no return, a point of consolidation maximal, right? At around the 23rd of September, the 23rd of this month, which is literally 2 weeks away, meaning that before that point, likely within the next week, okay, if we're being honest, that's where the next week ends. You know, how much consolidation can we do? Can we really consolidate further than that? Probably not. Likely within the next week, we are going to be seeing a breakout of the RSI formation, right? To the upside or to the downside. Now, we've already established that breaking out of RSI formations in the weekly chart is very, very insightful. For the price chart breakouts, right? The RSI breakout foreshadows the price chart breakout. So that if we do break the RSI triangle to the upside, this week or next week, or whatever it may be, okay, within the next 2 weeks, we will likely see a swing to the upside and a break of the channel itself. That is what is likely to occur. Whereas if we break it to the downside, we will likely see a break of the entirety of this channel and support structures. That is what's likely to occur. So really, a lot is resting on this RSI triangle. Now, for full confirmation, for absolute confirmation, you need to see a price chart breakout because the RSI is not the price. The RSI is indicative of price action. It's a momentum indicator, but it's not the price itself. So if you want 100% confirmation of where Bitcoin's going, you need to wait for the price chart breakout. But if you want a good idea, you're going to get it from the weekly chart RSI, and we cannot consolidate much longer there. In fact, what you'll notice is that we are right on top of support. We are on the brink. We are on the edge of a cliff. We look at Bitcoin in a shorter term time frame, you can see that Bitcoin itself is on the edge of a cliff. It's coming dangerously close to testing these support lines in the bottom of the channel and also the yellow ascending support lines, right? This is where we're at right now. This is the simple reality. Anyone who's sitting here thinking, oh, we're fine, Bitcoin's fine, it's not in a bad position yet. It's like, yes, okay, you're right. Technically speaking, it's not in a bad position. Technically speaking, we're still within the broader channel. But it's not in a safe position either. I mean, I wouldn't be happy to turn off the charts for 5 days and walk away. I'd want to be watching every few hours to see what's going to happen here, because this could happen at any moment. And if it does happen, it could be massive, right? Upside or downside. So I wouldn't sit here and be too confident about Bitcoin's structure right now. It's not really a confident structure. It's a structure that is, yes, okay, bullish, but could change very, very quickly, both to the upside and to the downside. So that's my opinion on Bitcoin right now. And everyone needs to be watching that weekly chart RSI and the weekly chart price chart as well to understand the broader context of the price chart structure, which is the descending channel formation with the two ascending support lines, which I deem to be very important. Now, another reason why the situation is just so important is because it's not just Bitcoin on the edge of a cliff, okay? It's the S&P 500 as well. I mean, talk about the edge of a cliff across markets. It's not Bitcoin, it's S&P, it's traditional markets in general. S&P 500 is not looking too good right now. I'm not going to lie to you, it's really not. We've got a massive bearish engulfing candle right here after a failed rally to the upside, a lower high being placed. That's not really too promising. The RSI is the only potential saving grace here for the S&P. We had a white support line swing backwards from October last year. It broke to the downside. We flipped it for resistance. I mean, not looking good there. Very, very ugly. But now, hopefully, we're forming a triangle formation here in yellow on the RSI. Hopefully, this bottom will act as support, and hopefully we can swing back to the upside for another move. That is the only scenario in which these markets survive. I mean, again, weekly chart RSIs are not things to be joked around about. There's a reason why this white line worked so well. There's a reason why the resistance retest led to the top right here. It's because the weekly chart RSI works. And if we're in a triangle formation here, which has been confirmed at this point, breaking that triangle is, again, going to lead to downside price action. And Bitcoin probably cannot survive that, right? So it's not just about Bitcoin, it's about S&P as well. And if we look into the S&P, well, we need to figure out what's going on with the macro, right? Macro economy, etc. We've got an FOMC meeting in 14 days. Now, it's unlikely, to be honest, we're going to see massive clarity before the 14-day meeting. Interest rates really are determining what's going on right now. And if we see aggressive cutting, that's good for the markets. If we see slight cutting, maybe not so good for the markets, right? We want aggressive cutting here. It's only aggressive cutting that is going to give investors a reason to get back into these markets during this downwards trend. Not downwards trend, but during this downwards price action, right? We look at the calendar that's going on. It's not just the FOMC meeting. That is the most major thing in 14 days. But it's also things like the upcoming unemployment claims, the upcoming unemployment rate, both of the next 2 days. We know that unemployment right now is one of the things that's leading to these recession concerns. A recession is not confirmed yet, but there's massive concerns about recession. And if unemployment claims come in bad, that could bolster those recession concerns, and that could lead the S&P 500 to drop downwards. So although the market right now is exceptionally boring, although everyone's here twiddling their thumbs, waiting for something to happen, not even looking at the charts anymore, I really need you to pay attention. You cannot walk away now, right? This is not the time in which you want to walk away. If we break down from all these structures, we go downwards and you come back to the price charts, and 1 month later we're down here at 40K. Okay, maybe then you can take a break and walk away. But right now, it's not over yet, right? The fight's not over. We're on the brink here. And it very well could be a perfect moment for a bounce, in the same way it could be a perfect moment for a dump downwards. There's no clear definitive answer. I don't have the answer. No one does. We need to wait and see, and we need to wait and see while using these metrics to view that. So over the next couple of days, you're going to see some progressions here. You're going to see, even if Bitcoin doesn't move, you're going to see these macro events, right? These unemployment claims, the unemployment data itself coming out, and that's going to affect traditional markets, which could, in concept, affect Bitcoin and make a decision for Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens here. I'll keep you updated. Guys, thank you for watching. Apologies for repeating myself, but I have to. There's nothing else I can do here. I can't sit here and talk about a freaking altcoin. There's no point doing that. I don't think altcoins are good buys, and I can't sit here and not upload for 4 days, because then people get left in the dark, and 50% of my audience is new viewers. So every video I make, 50% of you haven't seen this content before. It's very necessary for me to keep posting for that reason. But thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Again, check out the Bitunix and Bingx exchanges. 15% trading fee discount with my referral link down below. Check out as well the VIP group on Telegram. You can find my VIP group on Telegram. We post 4 altcoin trading signals per week with a 78% win rate over the course of 2 years of trading results. That group is coming to an end in April next year. So if you want to take advantage of my trading signals, you can go ahead and get them now. This is really coming up on your last real chance to get use out of that group, and you don't want to miss it. I believe that is the case. Moving forward to a couple more things, we've got the Crypto Academy, Become a Trader 10-unit course. It's on sale right now. If you want to learn how to trade, you want to learn how to chart up, you want to learn how to do TA, you can do it with this course. Again, on sale for a limited time. Check out the website for all the information. And the final thing is my podcast, my second channel, JS Quinn. Check out the thumbnails there. Check out the titles. If you're interested in any of those topics, go to that channel, give it a like, give it a subscribe, help me out there. It means a lot, and you might find it very useful. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you tomorrow.